comeback and still pushed them to the end and still losing the end by 2 points. I mean, you have to take your hat off. He almost created, in my opinion, he almost created the best comeback in history of Formula One. You know, absolutely incredible. And yes, because if you look at his championship wins, like let's say in 2021, he was brilliant, but at the same time, you know, what happened in the end, etc., etc. 2022, 2023, he was dominant. 2024, he had to work for it when he didn't have the fastest car in the second half of the season. But this season, in my opinion, was the best season. Best season, no arguments, in my opinion, in terms of the comeback, in terms of the narratives, in terms of the how dug deep he had to be in order to challenge the two McLarens. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, 100%. Anyways,
So,
we
so yeah, do you think another question I wanna ask to you, after obviously because of this 2025 season changes, do you think Max now in 2026, obviously with Red Bull we don't know if they're going to be that good in 2026 regulation. Do you think it's going to be difficult for him to challenge for the title like next year, in your opinion?
what did you say again? I just lost my train of thought. Say it again.
Do you think it's going to be difficult now for Max to challenge for the title next year because of Red Bull's problems they might face in the new regulations?
Yes, 100%. And I think Verstappen actually leave Red Bull next year, especially with Helmut Marko gone. It only leaves him left from the 2021 championship. Helmut Marko is gone. Helmut Marko is gone. Christian Horner is gone. Andre Newey is gone. Rob Marshall is now gone as well in Red Bull. Their strategist is leaving as well. I think next year. So
Quickly.
it just leaves Verstappen in that team, and I do not trust in Red Bull's in-house engine to perform or to deliver. So I think it's next year is gonna be he's gonna have a miserable season. As much as we want Verstappen to be fighting again, he's gonna have a miserable season unless Red Bull can turn it around, which I don't see that happening, especially with everybody gone now. Red Bull is gonna go back to being a midfield team like like they were in from 2014 all the way till 2020. So yeah, my that's my opinion.
Oh, okay, that's a very interesting opinion. But yeah, I think it could be a difficult season for Red Bull next season. I think Verstappen next season, I think his main ambition next season is not obviously to win the championship because he knows that he's not going to do it. But his main ambition is to look and see which teams has the fast car and see if it can go there. McLaren, I don't think so because they're happy with their drivers. Mercedes, we don't know with the obviously contract situation with George Russell, Aston Martin. Fernando Alonso is getting older. Obviously, we all know they're not gonna get rid of Stroll, but so I think next year is Verstappen's goal is to look which teams has the fastest car in 2026, and then he can make that decision to be in that fastest car in 2027. But also another question, Mohammed, is that do you think do you think that this championship win of Lando will now help him, even though this new regulations coming up? Do you think it's going to help him more in the future because he's going to make him more confident? He's gonna because he's now has the number one car in him. He's going to make him more confident. He's going to let's say make him unleash himself and he's going to make fewer mistakes. A bit like Vettel when Hamilton won their first championship. They started to become better.
He's already showing signs that he's a lot more humble. That's one thing. He's even though before winning he was still humble, but he's become more humble. We can tell in his interviews. For example, if you've seen his post race interview, he was saying, "Yeah, both Oscar and Verstappen gave me a good fight. They always made me push myself to the limit, etc., etc." So you can tell his mindset's already changed. It will 100% make him better, make him more confident because now he doesn't have this lingering thing behind his mind that, oh, I want to win my first championship. I want to win my first championship. It's not gonna be lingering all the time in his head. He's already a champion, so he's gonna be a lot more confident, a lot less stressed, and yeah, and he's probably learned a lot from this season, and he'll come back stronger. I think he will. I mean, he'll be stronger. I think, yeah, and he'll be much more confident next season. We'll see, but we'll see. It's new regulations. It's new regulations. It's gonna be equal between all the teams. I've heard rumors that Williams might be actually good. I might have jumped many teams, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen teams like Mercedes even in the post test Pirelli in Tuesday, where I think they used like the flexi wing. They used something like the wires or something. Ferrari used that as
Yeah,
well.
it's
So
active aero to simulate active aero
yeah, yeah.
on the
So
front wing.
but this kind of post-season, pre-season, before the new regulations, it's about testing. It's about seeing what's the best in the car. So it's kind of okay. So,
Yeah,
but I'm looking forward to seeing next season because obviously I don't, if you look at the order of the teams this year, I don't expect it to be exactly the same next year because
yeah,
teams would have invested more in the new regulations when they were like, let's say teams like Alpine. I know I don't expect Alpine to be challenging for the title, but I expect them to be, of course, much better.
yeah.
And also with the new engine,
Mm.
Mercedes, I expected like to be like top five, top six,
They could be
So,
Ferrari.
and obviously with the
Uh,
new team, yeah,
They could
with the
be,
new teams like Cadillac,
yeah.
yeah.
I think I expect them to be like Ferrari this season, fighting but not quite the championship like contender, especially with
Who Alpine?
Colapinto in that team.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. So do you think, obviously having discussed this year's championship, who do you think, like, let's say next season is gonna? I know it's so early and it's the new regulations, but who do you think? Do you think how many teams are gonna be like could be in contention for the championship as of recording right now? Who do you think how many teams could be in contention for the championship, whether it's the drivers' championship or constructors?
I'm gonna give you my rundown. So for the construction championship, I'm gonna put it like I'm gonna say like 3 teams to 4 teams. So I'm gonna say McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari. I hope. I don't trust, but I hope. And no, actually 3 teams, not 4 teams. Ferrari, McLaren, and Mercedes. Maybe Williams. Okay, maybe Williams. For the constructor, for the driver's point of view, I think it's gonna be Russell, Lando Norris, and Leclerc and Oscar. These are my four. These are my four contenders for the drivers next year. If I maybe Hamilton,
You don't
maybe Hamilton. I'm gonna say okay, maybe Hamilton as well. That's about it.
you don't think Aston Martin could challenge for any of the championships?
Nope. They have Stroll. Do not forget they have Stroll on their team.
No, but I know. Constructors, okay, I get it because they have Stroll, but the drivers' championship, Alonso.
Uh, mm, Not really. I don't. I love Fernando Alonso, but he's like, it's yeah. I think he's not gonna be a championship. He's too old. Like it's gonna get to him.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna get to him. Like as much as we love him, we love Alonso and everything, and his career is very long. But I don't think I don't think he has that mentality with his old age to be a championship contender.
Mm. Yeah,
E-
okay.
I don't even wait.
I kind of understand that. I understand that logic. I think it's very sensible because obviously we see it in football players, we see it in Hamilton, we see Schumacher with Mercedes. When you get older and older, it's difficult to maintain the amount of good level and performance at the top as you did like when you were younger, where you're more fresh and more um, you know he had that more hunger as well. So for Fernando, he still has that hunger to win. He still has that hunger to deliver. But does he? does he have the speed? Because obviously he's challenged. He's gonna if he's gonna fight for the title, he's gonna have to fight for the title against the guys who are more fresh, the new generation drivers like Lando, George, Charles, Oscar. So yeah, Kimi.
Yeah, yeah,
So
100%.
yep. Uh, and that's it, guys. You have anything else to say, Mohammed?
Uh, I'm very scared with these new regulations. I hope they're good. But anyways, we'll guess we'll find out in 80 days or 70 days time. Anyways, I guess we'll see you for the
Yeah,
first car reveal. I think it's sometime in this at the first week of Jan. I think it's gonna be Audi. I think because they have their shakedown on the 9th, so it's gonna be sometime in the 1st of Jan. So we'll see that. We'll see you then, I guess. Anything from you?
we'll see. I'm looking forward to the new regulations. Even though it's not predicted to be exciting, I really hope it's going to be better than the previous regulations because that's what Formula One deserves. It's deserves to have the best regulations, the best cars, the best, you know,
You know what?
chances for overtaking, and not like
You know what?
yeah. Continue.
I have a very controversial opinion. As much as when Formula One was like one car was dominating, I felt like it was more fun than than Formula One right now. What do I mean? For example, I don't know why, but by far, the most enjoyable season was 2020 and 2021 for me. I don't know why. I know these seasons were dominant and everything, but they were still enjoyable. I don't know why. They were just they it had a flavor to it. They're I think the 2020 and 2021 seasons were better than any season we had in recent time. Maybe this season will fight for them, like this season where Lando and the championship fight between Lando, Oscar and Oscar Piastri and Max Verstappen. But I think 2020 and 2021, these two seasons were really good. Even though they were dominant, they were really fun because
You're
when you
talking about in terms of the entertainment of the racing.
yeah, like I don't know, it was entertaining. It felt like the I don't know, it felt like when you see like a McLaren in P3 during those times, it was very exciting. Now when you see like a Williams in P3 or a McLaren in P3, you're like, oh, it's expected. Every team is close now. But when teams were able to develop freely and be able to create a rocket ship of cars, like for example the W21. I mean the W20, not the 2020, not W21. It was one of the fastest cars, if not the fastest cars ever in Formula One, and it was enjoyable. Just watching it
Mm.
was enjoyable on the track. It made everything. It made the tracks. It made everything look better, like the tracks, the racing, everything. Like for example, Hamilton's pole lap in 2021 on pole lap during Spa or during Spa qualifying, the fastest lap ever, one of the fastest laps ever. It was very enjoyable. I don't know. Anyways, I guess we'll end it off unless you have any opinions.
Yeah, I agree. I think the 2021 were, yes, I understand Mercedes were the benchmark, but I think it produced more entertaining racing. Whereas in recent times, except Lando winning his first championship, except the three-way title battle, except the battle for the constructors last season between Ferrari and McLaren, in terms of racing, in terms of entertainment, in terms of on track, not much in my opinion. It's been like most of the times I felt like this season where qualifying was more exciting than the race.
Yeah,
Um, which is strange because it should be equal, both excitement in terms of equal and qualifying and race, or race more exciting than qualifying because the race it actually more decides more. It's more in jeopardy than in the qualifying. But actually, the qualifying is more exciting because if you are first position and you're leading after turn one, you're almost guaranteed to win, which is sad. 'Cause, what we've seen this current recent regulations.
yeah.
But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you. I wish all of you guys, enjoyed our episodes and videos talking about Formula One this in the last couple of months in this 2025 season, and we will see you again when everything starts from zero for the 2026 season.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.